I don't know, I'm not going to train today.
Are you happy that you're not training?
Yeah, so don't go write something that I'm probably going to break down or something like that. But yeah, a long game, 5 days. So yeah, body needs a break. Tomorrow, the sun comes out shining, we'll come out and bowl.
Would you say the South Africans are fresher than the Australians?
A little fresher than Peter Siddle, I reckon. So yeah, he bowled hard, he worked his heart off. But the other guys seemed fine. Nobody seems to be struggling with any form of fatigue or anything like that. We just hope that Jar can get ready for this game. We'll see how it goes for him.
Do you have any update, Andrea?
To be totally honest with you, no, I don't. He seems okay. He's been joking around and being his normal self, but I haven't seen him been running or anything like that. So I can't give an update whether he'll be bowling or not. So,
Dale, do you find it a bit frustrating not being able to get much shape on the ball in Australia, or was it something you expected?
I thought I shaped the ball okay sometimes. The wickets have been pretty flat. No, we've got the ball to reverse swing. But I think in the last game it was quite tough. You're trying to build up pressure, and if the run rate is pretty high, it's quite difficult to build up pressure from both sides. I thought Morne bowled very well after day one. Day one we definitely toiled a lot harder. It was just a crazy day. And I thought we just got better after that throughout the test match. But day one definitely set it up for the Australians, and it made it really difficult for us to come out and win it. But I thought we got better throughout the game. Whether the ball was swinging or not, I thought we did a lot better in the second innings. And also the morning of day two, when we picked up the last 5 wickets for not many runs. That's pretty much how I know this attack can bowl. And and hopefully if we can string it together properly here in Perth, which I believe that is just around the corner for us, that good bowl, we could go home 1-0, and that would be fantastic.
Carl, is it a difficult challenge for yourself to stay fresh enough for international cricket, but also monitor the niggles that fast bowlers do have? Is that a bit of a balancing act for you?
Yeah, I'm pretty okay. Struggled with the second game. I had a little bit of a stomach issue, and then woke up one morning and my neck was a bit stiff too. So preparation for me wasn't great going into the second game, but I thought I bowled a lot better than I did in the first one. It's been a long year for us. We've played a lot of test matches away from home this year, and I think the management have handled us well. There's games that I haven't played, 2020s and odd one-day game here or there, so they've managed the bowling group pretty well. But injuries you can't tell when you're going to get injured. I could walk out of this press conference right now and kick my toe, and that could be me. I don't know. So I can't tell what's going to happen in the future. But right now our guys are pretty fit. They're pretty strong, and we're ready to go. It's just mentally, can you get yourself up for playing day in, day out under the highest pressure away from home is a difficult ask. But the guys seem to handle it very well. We haven't lost a test match this year, and hopefully we can look after that record and keep it intact for this last game.
How's Faf?
He's okay. I think he's on top of the world, in all honesty. Shame. Yeah, shame. He seems to be tweeting and Instagramming pictures of himself, so he looks to be quite normal, Diesel Dan Faf. I'm so happy that he batted so well, especially on debut. He's been around the side for a while, and so he was quite comfortable walking into this environment. It wasn't like it was anything new for him, and he's put some overs under the belt too in the field when we've been a man short, in Brisbane, and I think he fielded somewhere else for us for a couple of days. So again, he's no stranger to being in the whites and spending a lot of time out in the field. So it just kind of went into his batting. I'm very happy for him.
You mentioned Peter Siddle earlier today. Can you talk to us about that kind of thing? He bowled so many overs, and it was obvious that he was exhausted at the end there. I don't know if you've experienced something similar to that. And maybe if you have, how did you recover? And if you haven't, what do you think it must have been like?
Yeah, shame. They really turned to him to try and bowl us out, and he did well for them. He got myself out full toss, and he got Rory out with a good Yorker. A shame. So he was rewarded in a way, but at the end of the day, I think we just edged him out. for him to recover, I don't know what he's going to have to do. You know, talking to our physio and saying to him, you know, what a mammoth spell and what that he put in is going to be quite tough. Our physio reckons every time he runs a marathon and he runs another marathon a couple of days later, he can still feel the effects of the previous 1.5 marathons, I should say. So I think if you can compare it, it's pretty similar to what Siddle has put himself through. But I think we would want him to play, because you want to play against the best attack, you know, and he's obviously right up there with the best Aussie bowler that they've got. So it would be good if you could come out tops and play.
And in terms of your own fitness levels, I mean, you haven't struggled with injuries properly during the career. Is that something, I mean, it's obviously more luck. What kind of management goes into that?
I'm just super talented, really. I'm joking. I don't know. I'm pretty blessed. I'm quite lucky. I've got a good action. I haven't really struggled with too many injuries, apart from the footholds. If there's a bad foothold, I mean, if you watch those slow-mos of your ankles landing down on those footholds, it can be quite hard. But I've been really lucky. Touch wood, it just continues. To be totally honest with you.
Just on Jack again, how crucial is he to Dyson in terms of winning this match?
Oh, he's massive. He's been batting pretty well, as everyone can see. You know, a couple 50s, 100, and you know, we know what he's capable of doing with the bat, but with the ball is just crucial for us. You know, to have someone like Jock, he can hold up an end, he can take wickets, so he's a massive, valuable asset to this unit. And I don't know what we're going to do about him, whether he's going to bowl or whether we can get him fit enough just to bat. So we'll have to see, you know. But to lose someone like Jock, I think an injury like this really puts a massive emphasis on how great a cricketer he really is, and what a massive contribution he makes to the side. So if he can just miss one game, it's massive, but the day he retires is going to be a whole different story.
Because of your ranking and your record, if you're not taking 5-wicket hauls regularly, then we all think there must be something wrong. Do you find that frustrating?
No, and we're just human, you know. Someone's come up with a calculation that if people do this and whatnot, then they will, you know, end up on the top. And pretty much I do what's well for that calculation. I end up being #1 bowler in the world. But I think I've said it before that I don't think I'm the best bowler in the world. I'm not the most skillful bowler in the world. There's probably other bowlers that are more skillful than me. I'm just fortunate enough that I play every game for South Africa, and I bowl overs for South Africa. I'm able to take wickets when we need them. And hopefully I can take wickets in this next game. I mean, that's what I'm employed to do, and that's what I love doing. Wouldn't mind doing that, you know. But the main thing is it comes down to one last game, and I think it's going to be a team's contribution to winning this series. It's not going to just stand. It's not going to mean me standing up and taking 7 or 5 wickets or something like that in the game. I mean, Mornay took 8 in the last game. So it's going to be a massive contribution from everyone, from all of our bowlers, to contribute for us to winning this Test series, and not just myself.
Similar question, with your sort of ranking and reputation in mind, would you have liked to have a bigger impact on the series so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't, you know? Why would I want to come to Australia and just be like below average or on average? You know, you always want to come here and you want to take fifers. As a batter, you want to come here and you want to score hundreds and double hundreds under immense pressure and playing against one of the best teams in one of the most difficult places to tour in the world. So I remember the last time I came here, I had a massive game in Melbourne. But the other 2 Test matches, I don't think I did too great, but it was a fantastic tour for me. I've gone 2 games where I haven't done too great, and hopefully if I can have a fantastic game in this one, I could end up, I'll be pretty happy. But look, if we win the series, that's my main thing. I always want to do well. Obviously everybody wants to do well, but I think if this team wins the series, that would be fantastic. There's not many times that teams can come down here in Australia and beat them twice in a row, and we have that opportunity to do that. So, yeah, hopefully the next 5 days go well.
You just mentioned that maybe you have to win the best 2 games. Why do you think that is? Is it conditions or something else?
Maybe I'm just not good enough for those.
So, Vicky Alpha said the other day that the big occasions bring the best out in you. Through your career, have you found that you sort of trusted yourself to really lift when it's needed and things are on the line?
I hope so. I mean, this last game's going to take everything out of everyone to win it, and always pride myself on standing up and doing something when we really need it, and hopefully this game, something like it can happen. Yeah.
Just like when you prepare for a test where something like this is on the line, series win and ranking, does something sort of click in your mind in the preparation and stuff like that?
Probably not my preparation because I'm not bowling today, but definitely in the mind. Yeah. I think it's just a bit more want. There's a bit more need. It all boils down to the last 5 days, this last game. And that extra push, I know after this game I'll probably have a couple of days off, and I'll do everything I can in this game to try and get a result and get the wickets that South Africa need to win this Test match.
Last one, please.
Would the team consider a draw of this test and retaining the number 1 world ranking as a good result, or is it all about winning the series now?
I think we want to win the series. So we didn't come down to Australia to draw. I think we've played probably below what we're capable of, but we sit in a situation where it's still 0-0, and I think Australia's thrown everything they can at us, and they still haven't beaten us. And if we can play to what our potential is, I think we're going to go home 1-0, and that would be fantastic.